Year 5, I hope that you're all safe and I hope that you're all well, and I hope that your families are too, especially the ones that you're not able to see at the moment. I want to start off by saying really well done by staying at home and staying safe. I know that it's not easy to stay inside and not see your friends and maybe not see your teachers and not go to clubs, but actually you are doing the most vital thing that you can at the moment, and I'm really proud of each and every one of you. So let me start off by talking about the new way that we are going to be doing things. Myself or Mrs. Smith will be recording ourselves giving a lesson input as we normally would do at school. This will look at one skill or one topic that we would like to cover and explore a little bit with you. We will then set you an activity to do after some guidance and help from us. So hopefully it should be fairly independent and you shouldn't need too much help from the adults or older siblings or younger siblings maybe around you. This week's topic learning will be looking at a book that was recommended by Mr. Jobber. I've spent quite a bit of time over isolation reading this book and really getting to grips with the characters, and I have come to absolutely love it. And that book is A Place Called Perfect. We're not going to look at the book itself just yet. What we are going to do is think about perfect and think about, actually, if I had somewhere called perfect, what would be in it? What would be my perfect place? Now, I want you to really think carefully about your ideas, because the more you have, the more it will help you a little bit later on. Okay, so please jot these down, or you might even prefer to draw them or draw a scene of what your perfect place is, because a little bit later on we are going to be creating a persuasive poster to try and encourage people to come to our perfect place. So it has got to be as imaginative and inventive as possible. If you are stuck for ideas, here are a few of my ideas. I've really quickly popped them on this page. So my perfect place would easily be on a hot, sunny beach where I could relax, or I could maybe have an ice cream or two. Maybe I've got somebody next to me to constantly bring me fresh, cool drinks so that I keep cool. And my place would also be filled with cats, because as all of you know, I absolutely love cats. I wouldn't have one, I wouldn't have two, I would at least have 100 of them. Okay, so this is your chance. Your place is probably very dissimilar to mine, might be a little bit similar, but jot your ideas down or maybe even draw them. It's completely up to you how you want to do this. Off you go. Hopefully now you've got a few ideas of what makes your perfect place. But now I want you to have a little think about what makes a good piece of persuasive writing. Because as I said earlier, are going to create our perfect place, and then we are going to create a poster for it, a piece of persuasive writing, in order to encourage as many people as possible. So for that to happen, have a think. If you see a poster or an advert, how are you instantly attracted to it? What makes it really persuasive? You might want to list these down, have a discussion with the people around you, have a think. What makes a brilliant piece of persuasive writing? Now, hopefully you've come up with a few ideas on what makes a good piece of persuasive writing. I would like you to compare your list or your ideas to mine. Now, you might have more than me. Brilliant. Well done if you have. You might have some of the ones that I do. Don't worry if you do. Don't worry if you don't. Today, I would like us not to look at all of them. I would like us to have a little look at just one of these on the list. Modal verbs. Can you please have a think? And now you might want to jot it down. You might want to write down some examples if you do know what they are but can't quite explain what it is. What are modal verbs? Well done for having a think. Hopefully you've come up with some sort of definition or some words that could be associated with modal verbs. A modal verb is how likely the verb is to happen. So have a think. You must visit our exciting school. The way that I like to go about this is thinking, right, what is the verb? What is the doing word in this? So you must visit our exciting school. Aha, visit. And how likely is that to happen? And normally it's the word just before. Okay, so you must visit. It is very likely to happen because it must happen. Have a think with the second one. You should visit our exciting school. What is the modal verb in this sentence? Now, Once you've done that, I want you to have a think about which is more convincing. Is must or should more convincing? If you were to create a poster of persuasive writing to persuade somebody to come to your perfect place, which word are you likely to choose and why? Now, hopefully after thinking about that, you've thought that the word must is more convincing than the word should. If I say you must do something, it means that you 100% have to do it. If I say that you should do something, it doesn't really matter if you don't, you just probably should. Must is definitely more convincing there. What I would like you to do now is have a think. How many modal verbs can you come up with? You've got must, you've got should. Don't think about the opposite as well. So must not, should not. Have a think. How many can you come up with? Some examples. Have a think. How many of those have you got? Very well done if you've managed to get most, if not all of them. Keep these close to you because these will really, really help you with your upcoming task. Now I want you to have a quick look at this poster that I have created about my perfect place. Are you looking for the perfect holiday? You must visit Perfect. You will adore this paradise of luxury where you will find unlimited friendly kittens which never bite, your own personal jet ski as fast as the speed of sound, a games room where you can interact with your friends on every game that's ever been invented. What are you waiting for? You have to book now. You mustn't miss out on this unbelievable adventure. Now, hopefully as I was reading, you were thinking about the modal verbs that I have included. Were they really powerful modal verbs? Or were they modal verbs that give that person a little bit of wiggle room as to whether they want to visit Perfect and whether they should visit Perfect? Is there anything else that you have found that you think that I have used really well? Now, it could be my word choice and my vocabulary. It could be some other Year 5 expectations, for example, similes or embedded clauses. It could be other things that we have included on the list that we've spoken about before as to what makes a good piece of persuasive writing. You might want to write these down. Have a think. What have I done well? But actually, what could I improve on? What else could I add to make it even more persuasive? It is your turn. What I would like you to do is create a persuasive poster using the techniques that we've already thought about and discussed and encourage people to come to your version of perfect. Now, your poster must include those really powerful modal verbs. Also, take a look at the list that we discussed before. You might want to include one thing from there, but you might want to include 5, 6 things from there, including your own list. You all know your individual challenge levels. Please don't take the easy option with this. Make sure you're pushing yourselves, make sure you're challenging yourselves. Really looking forward to seeing how creative you can be, and I know that the rest of the Year 5 team is too. Remember, we were always on the emails looking at your learning and feeding back, so it would be great after maybe every lesson or after every week if you could give us some examples of what you've been doing so that we can take a little look and see how you're getting on. Have fun!